Coach, 4 picks so far for the Leafs. How would you assess the way things have gone so far and maybe addressing some needs, 2 centermen, 2 D so far?
Well, I think the biggest thing is everybody you talk to out on the floor would think things have gone pretty well because we all on our list have a different list. And so you end up getting people, you hear it every year, we didn't expect them to be there. I mean, the reality is we're all going to know in 3 or 4 years where these guys are. You try to draft the best players you possibly can draft, and then if you're right on draft day, that doesn't mean you're right 3 years later. You got to develop these guys, and so we're excited to get the guys we have. Obviously, needs for us, we need centers, we need D, but we try to take the best player.
We know what your role is during the regular season. That's behind the bench. That's getting the best out of your players. What's your role here this weekend at the draft in Dallas when you're sitting at the table with the front office people and the GMs?
Well, I mean, if they ask me questions, I answer the questions. I just worked on our schedule and our travel, and I shook somebody's hand in the first round. But really, my role is I'm the coach of the team, and I'm here. Other than that, the guys do a real good job, obviously, in seeing all the players and making those decisions, and I'm not part of that.
You talk about the process and about your team getting better each and every season. You made it to Game 6 of the first round last year, Game 7 of the first round this year. Did you see the strides that you wanted to see behind the bench this season in Toronto?
Well, obviously, I mean, we've had the best record in history for our franchise. We set a record for home wins, but reality in the end is you want to play a long time in the spring. And so we lost to a team, and then they lost in the next round, and that team lost in the next round. So any way you look at it, we're 4 or 5 steps away, and so we just got to keep getting better. But we understand that, too. I just watched Ovi lift the cup. A guy named Steve Eisenman lifted at 31. Ovi just lifted at 32. Steady on the rudder, let's get better.
Is there an area this summer that you see you can get better in, where you can make that stride to next season?
There's no question. There's always lots of areas. Whether, we all have this fantasy list, what's going to happen, who knows for sure. It's our job to improve our team. We demand from our players they go away and they get better. We expect the same from our coaching staff, and we expect that when we ask them to get better, we need to help them by improving our team, and that's our focus.
There was a lot made of the conversations, the off-season conversations between you and Austin Matthews. How did those conversations go in his hometown of Arizona?
Well, I went to Arizona, people can say, well, my wife and I went down there to look at real estate, and we met with Austin at the same time. And Austin's a real good player. He's a real good kid. Contrary to what's been said, I think we've got a real good relationship. He wants to be the best two-way player in the world. We want to push him to make him that. I think in any coach-player relationship, there's times where things are better than others. But in reality, when you do not win, most guys are disappointed. And I think that's all part of the business. But upward and onward, and let's get going.